Welcome back to the All Hazards Prepper Show. Blake here with you for a short podcast. Going to start doing these little short podcasts kind of on Monday or Tuesday as an introduction to whatever I'm talking about this week, but also give a chance to talk about current events, things that could affect you as a prepper that's going on in the world or the United States. Try to keep it, broad because I don't know where you're listening to, but also go over things that might be happening in the big weather topics or things that are going on today. Great mention to talk about what's going on in the Midwest. They are Nebraska, Kansas, and northern parts of Texas under very high risk of severe weather right now as we speak. So be praying and think about those people that are being affected by severe weather. But going to start doing these little shorts podcasts to give you some current information. I am shooting this from my truck, so the audio might not be the best, but I think this is the best way to get you some quick information, good time saver for me, and it's very simple because all I got to do is press this red button. I'm not even distracted. It's just me talking like I'm on the phone. So super simple there. This week, topic is hurricane preparedness. It is Hurricane Preparedness Week here in the United States. If you live in a coastal region, whether it's on the eastern seaboard, in the Gulf, somewhere on the western, front that's affected by hurricanes. If you're overseas and you call them tropical cyclones or something like that, we're going to be discussing this week hurricane preparedness, tropical weather preparedness. Going to give you some good information from my point of view as an emergency manager, things that you need to do to prepare you and your family for hurricane season as well. So with that, I'm going to also give this time to give some important updates on what's going on in the All Hazard Prepper community. You've even followed me. I've only been doing this for about a month now. It's been a great month. I've super enjoyed doing what I'm doing here. This is definitely a lot more fun for me than maybe it is for you to listen to. I don't know. But this week, I am kind of redoing some rebranding on the podcast. The podcast will now be called the All Hazards Prepper Show. No change in content, no change in how I will do things. It's just a rebranding thing. If you don't know, I've been doing this for just a month now, and still having to learn how podcasts and Instagram and Facebook and all these things work. So going to be doing that as well. Focusing a lot more on the podcast with that. You're still going to see content on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. TikTok's dead. I'm kind of done with TikTok. It's confusing. But I'm going to be seeing, a lot more from the podcast because like I said when I first started this, prepping is a whole lot more than just like physical resources, things that I can take videos and pictures of. It is a lot more ideas. It is discussion. It is, things that are, knowledge that I have that I really want you to know. So that way you can make sure you're prepared for the next disaster or the next shit hit the fan incident or, the future. So with that, the podcast is also going to be accepting special guests. I already have a few lined up. I got one next Monday lined up. I think you're going to enjoy that person's content, that person's experience. They've been around for a little while now, and they all have in the prepping community. So I'm also open to anyone in the law enforcement, police, or fire, EMS, anywhere in the emergency services, dispatch, certainly in the emergency management field, which is I'm an emergency manager, but certainly interested in other emergency managers being on because there's a lot of things that you can learn from these people that are firsthand knowledge on how they handle big disasters or even small day-to-day incidents. Also interested in other preppers, people that specialize in certain parts of the prepping community. Interested in veterans or active duty. There is certainly a lot to learn from you, as you guys have seen some of the worst of the worst, and a lot of different things you can learn from you. And also open to meteorologists, to earth scientists, those that know how disasters are work and how they affect us, as humans. So are interested in any meteorologist or even weather geeks. I'm a weather geek, but I'm amateur. So anyone that knows more weather than I am is welcome to be on the podcast. I have, podcast questions set up. have some great things. Already got some talks going with some first responders as well. So be on the lookout for that. Still same content creating, same stuff, but that's just some updates here from the All Hazards Prepper. And like I said, this week is Hurricane Preparedness Week. Be on the lookout for that important content that I'll be putting out. Make sure you're looking at your local officials as well, following their Facebook, whether it's your local emergency management group or your municipality, wherever you're living, county, or even your state emergency management. I know here in the state of North Carolina, our emergency management and our National Weather Service partners are putting out a lot of great information for hurricane preparedness. So be on the lookout for those. And of course, there's the federal ones as well. FEMA is a great way for if you need some prepping knowledge as well. But super grateful to be back with you for this short little clip. Like I said, going to start doing these once a week on Monday or Tuesdays to give you just a quick situational update, or sit as an emergency management field, we call it a sit rep, of what's going on in the week that you need to know. Have a great night out there. Stay safe. The All Hazards Prepper out.